Hello, everybody. Essence here, your spiritual life coach and divine love mentor. And I'm so happy to be here today sharing this information with you. I received an email from someone the other day, and she shared some things with me about watching my videos. And one of the things she said was, that 2020 was going to be her year for love. And I emailed her back and I said, you just gave me an idea about what I want to start sharing. And so here I am. I want to share with you my 7-step process to manifesting love. I just want to share what I use, what worked for me, and like break that down for you. Okay, so step 1 is becoming intentional. And so this is different than just setting an intention. And so I'm going to break that down for you. So once I asked someone, well, what do you want in a relationship? And she said, oh, well, I mean, whatever the universe sends me, I mean, I'll be okay with that. And I said, well, what if the universe sent you Joe Schmo from up the street who was just like all the other guys? Would that be okay? And she was like, no, I guess not. And so that's one of the things that we tend to do is like we just kind of like say, I want a relationship and just settle for whoever shows up. That's not the energy of becoming intentional. Another thing we tend to do is we focus on the outward characteristics, like what he looks like, how tall he is, what kind of job does he have, what body shape do I want him to have? And there's nothing wrong with any of that, but you tend to focus on the things that don't make for a beautiful relationship, a lasting, healthy relationship. It's like the focus is on the outer things instead of the inner things. And that's okay. I mean, nobody really taught us how to do that. And one of the reasons this is what happens is we are very connected to our ego's intention for love, like our everyday personality intent for love, instead of being connected to our soul's desire for love. So what I mean by your ego everyday personality is, let's say, the woman that is focused on Joe being her guy, like that's her intention. Universe, I want Joe because Joe is funny. We like the same sports teams. We can have great conversation. And yes, Joe is it for me. But one thing's missing. Joe just kind of sees you as his homegirl, a friend. He's not interested in anything else. But your personality self is like, I got to make Joe realize that I'm the one for him. So do I need to be funnier? Do I need to dress different? Maybe I should be available every time he calls, right? You're just hell-bent on making Joe one day wake up and say that you are the one for him. Doesn't that sound exhausting? But it's like, that's what we do. But maybe if you connected with your soul's intention, your soul will send you someone who you don't need to convince, who just knows that you are it, or maybe at least has an inkling, and the more time he spends with you is more sure and more sure, versus Joe, who you've been giving all this attention and energy to, and he's still not like even seeing you in that light, right? So when you become focused on your soul's intention, you ask things like, okay, well, what kind of relationship does my soul want to be in? What kind of soulful qualities will my Mr. Right have? What kind of soulful qualities am I going to bring to the relationship? Who am I going to be in this relationship? And so it's like you move from the surface and you go to a deeper level when you start setting intention for your relationship. And so I'll share with you my intention that I had 5-6 years ago when I was manifesting my relationship. So the one that really stands out and sticks out, which was also my mantra, was my only intention is to give and receive love, which basically meant that the only motivation for us being together was to love each other. That was it. Because in the past, what I was just in relationships, just trying to get, just trying to take, looking for somebody to fill some void or need in my life. And so at that particular time, I was very much in a needful, lackful place. I mean, I was like a negative thinker, like always a damsel in distress. I overdrank. I didn't love myself very much. And I was in a severe financial hardship. So my ego self probably wanted to set an intention for some guy to come and save me, to bend over backwards to make me happy, to prove how much he loved me, because I didn't love myself, right? Just being in this place of looking for someone to save me. But I'm so happy I stayed connected to my soul's intention, because when you go into relationships from that place of lack, looking for somebody to fix you or to fill your needs, guess what? They're going to be looking for you to fix them or fulfill some of their needs. And all of it may be unconscious, but it's still what happens. They're projecting onto you, you're projecting onto them, and it's just this toxic back and forth of each of you trying to get your needs met. So becoming intentional for me looked like, okay, I can't go into my new relationship that I'm calling in from this place of lack. So I have to fill my own voids. So I had to stop the drinking. I had to work on my thinking, which is still in process. I had to learn to love myself more and make my own self happy. Like I had to do all those things for myself so that when I stood at the doorstep of my new relationship, I was able to be whole and present and not needing anything, just there to give love. And that is exactly what I manifested. I manifested a partnership where we just love each other. We have great communication. He's my best friend. Like, I'm valued, respected, and I give that back. It's something I never had before and never thought it was possible. And I'm so happy that I did the work of becoming my intention so that I could have a beautiful relationship. And so, like, just an example is like he helped me put together this office. I mean, my office was basically his vision. He said, you need to have some place that you love to go into and work. So let's just put love into this room. I mean, he like built my desk from scratch and put love into that. And love went into this room so that I could give love back out into the world. Like, it's so freaking amazing to be in a relationship with someone who thinks like that, right? And that's just who he is, and that's just who we get to be together. And I'm just so happy to sit here and share this with you. I never thought I would be like in this space. And so that's what becoming your intention is about. It's not just writing it, a statement, a random statement out on paper. It's about connecting to your soul and then being that intention that your soul is guiding you towards, doing whatever work, however that looks like for you. Okay. And so that's exactly what I'm going to be teaching in my upcoming program, Becoming Miss Right. You'll hear more about that in the next couple of weeks. So keep your eye out, and I'll continue to share the rest of my 7 steps. But for now, I'd love to invite you to click the link to grab my manifestation bundle. It includes my masterclass on the 5 secrets to calling in your divine love, as well as a manifestation ritual. The link is below, and I'll talk to you later.